right, we're back with the last video in the 4 leg lock skills for beginners series. So what you have to understand about this series, it's basically about training concepts that are important for leg locks, right? So I'm not showing any real setups in these videos. I'm showing you all the skills you need to have and what order you should work them in. And then it's up to you to add those skills to any kind of setups you learn from either me or whoever on the internet or your coach to really get good. So previously we looked at how to control your partner's leg with your legs. We learned how to take a proper grip on the foot for the leg lock we were looking for. And the third one, we looked at finishing mechanics, like when we have those 2 prerequisites, how we can start to finish the leg lock. Now the fourth one here is the most advanced skill, and it covers a lot, and this is about transitions, okay? So the first type of transitions is transitioning from one leg lock to another. A good example of this could be going from outside heel hook to inside heel hook and the other way around. So let's say I'm here with Natalia. I have a reap going, and I got her here in an outside heel hook. Now, Natalia is quick to spin to take the pressure off the outside heel hook. And as she spins, I'm just gonna open up my legs, let her roll through, control her leg here with a shoe grip, and now she basically rolled herself. We just turn. Now she rolled herself into saddle. From here, I can push down with the toes. And there's an inside heel hook. So I started with the outside heel hook, she reacted to it, and I switched to the inside heel hook because I lost the outside heel hook. I might as well upgrade to the inside. Now this can work the other way around as well. Let's say I'm here and I'm fishing. I'm going for an inside heel hook, and Natalia starts to hide her heel and turn away from me here. Now the inside heel hook is lost here. Especially if I'm not quick enough to roll, but my legs are still tight. So what I can do is I can lean back, transfer the foot from one hip to another, and the heel hook switches from an inside heel hook to an outside heel hook. So now I can look to finish her from here. And this is a pretty strong finish. We've seen people at high level competitions get finished like this. If it happens that she rolls, can go right back in here. So this is a nice little circular drill you can practice here. I won't go into too much detail on the move. I just want to talk about the concept of switching from one leg lock to another. As your partner defends one, she might walk right into another one. So that was the first concept, switching from one leg lock to another, transitioning from one leg lock to another. Now, other concept, transitioning from one leg to another. Classic example. I'm in on Natalia's left leg here, and she defends by pushing down the foot and looks to jump over it here. Now, I could start to chase this leg, or I can look to kick through and attack the other leg. So as I start to lose one leg, I attack the other. This is probably my favorite example of this, and a basic drill you should do with your partner when you're working this. So when you're here and you're controlling both legs, this is a great time. As she pushes down the heel, I let her jump over. Now I pummel both knees to the inside, switch to the other leg, and here we go. Maybe I even have a good chance to throw in a reap from here. Many other situations, many other examples I can use for this, but this is like the most clear-cut one, I think. So when you feel like you start to lose a leg, go to the other leg. Now, let's talk about the third one. The third concept is switching, not switching the leg lock itself, but switching leg entanglements to accommodate for your partner's reaction. So a classic example of this is switching is when you go for an outside heel hook. So yeah, I'm gonna show this first on this side. So when you go for an outside heel hook, first you need heel exposure. You need her heel up. A good way to do that is to reap with your legs. So I went from a standard ashi / single X position. I reaped my foot over. Now this is a reap. This is a different kind of entanglement. This made me get her heel. Now the reap is good for getting the heel, but it's hard to finish because she can roll. So the reap is good for this, bad for finishing. So as I go, she rolls, I can follow her, and now I can take my leg out as she rolls, and I can go into the outside ashi. Here. So I reap, she rolled through, and I got to the outside ashi. Let's try one more time from another angle. This is difficult to show on a static camera. I was here, I started to reap, start to put pressure. She rolls, I roll with her. I take my inside leg out, throw it to the outside. And now we're in outside ashi. You look like this, or like this. But this is a great position for finishing. Hard to get the heel. If I don't have it, it's hard to get it from here. It's not the best place to transition from. Because my leg's on the outside, I can basically go only to fade 50-50. I have to open my legs to switch to something else, but great for finishing. Okay, so I used 3 different leg entanglements, 3 different ashis to get the outside heel hook. One for initial setup, the standard ashi. One for exposing the heel, there I use the reap. And 3 for finishing, I use the outside ashi. Okay, so this is a more advanced concept, but being ready to switch your leg entanglement depending on your partner's reaction to go through with the technique. Last one is the concept of going from submission to positional attack and from positional attack into submission. Okay, so let's say I've broken Natalia down to her hip here. I'm looking to attack her leg, but she's just backing out. From here, I feel like I'm gonna lose the leg, but she has her weight on the mat, so I can take my legs out and I can start to get up and finish a sweep here. So this is great if, for example, I started seated, just stand up. If I started seated, I started on bottom, I went in here, I broke it down to the mat, and I looked for my attack, but it failed. Now I got on top. So that's points in a contest for sweeps, and now I can look to attack position. Okay, so I went from submission to positional attack. Now, let's say I got on top, and I'm looking now to pass. I'm looking to pass the guard, but as I try to pass, she extends her legs to keep me away. So the pass is failing, but the submission is open. So I went from positional attack right into submission attack. Okay, that's the last type of transition here. Either from submission to positional attack, and the other way around, from positional right into submission. Okay, so this rounds out the 4 essential leg lock concepts you need to learn as a beginner. And having all these in mind, understanding them, training them as separate skills, applying them to all the different kind of setups you learn, will definitely help you grow as a beginner. Leg locks, they can be advanced, but everything advanced is pretty simple once you break it down to the core. It's all about having the right teacher, having the right mindset about learning it, and spending energy on the right type of moves and concepts. So I hope you enjoyed the entire series. Let me know if there's some different material you want me to cover. I would love you to comment down in the comment section if you like the video, if you want to see something else. It boosts the algorithm, helps my channel grow, and of course also remember to like and subscribe to the channel, and I hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next one.